Chelsea versus LAFC FIFA Club World Cup, first game of the group stage, and this is the match review and analysis of the game. So Chelsea scored 2 goals and conceded none, which I think was a balanced performance, considering that also the players were from international duty. They did not have a lot of training sessions together, and also it was good to see the rotations. Chelsea made 6 substitutions in this game. But however, some things that came up is how empty the stadium was, and this was a cause of concern. And probably because it's the group stage, and also it's the first time that the competition is actually starting, and that's why you're seeing that it does not even have a lot of enthusiasm, and it's also a holiday. Another thing that came up is Chelsea's fixtures for next season, and I've just checked our first fixtures, and I'm really happy. And even the entire season, I see the fixtures have been well distributed there. The fixture list seems to be very balanced. There is no time when we have a tough run of fixtures. It's very balanced. I like this fixture list for next season. It's very balanced in my opinion, and I think it's probably one of the fixtures that I have liked in recent times. Now, the Club World Cup is a very serious competition, and Maresca took it seriously, starting with the way he lined up his team and the tactics that he used, and even the substitutions that he made, indicating how Maresca is taking this competition seriously. And let's just try and explore what he did. If you're new in this channel, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Now, the goals that Chelsea scored indicated Maresca altering his tactical system in the first half and in the second half. And in the first half in particular, Chelsea were really struggling to break down LAFC. Now, LAFC were in a 4-3-3 system, while Chelsea in their 4-2-3-1, with Maresca preferring to start with Nicholas Jackson initially, with Lavia starting ahead of Fernandez. Now, LAFC were looking to press Chelsea in that 4-3-3 setup, with their wingers starting quite narrow and their 2 midfielders speaking Lavia and Caicedo, trying to limit Chelsea's build-up from the back. However, Maresca in particular with Sanchez were looking to go long to Jackson, use Jackson's strength to win the ball, hold the ball, and look to play the ball to Palma, who would look to receive the ball and look to try and release Pedro Neto, who was making runs, especially down the right flank. And this created problems for LAFC when Chelsea were looking to build up. But LAFC in that first 20 minutes were also looking quite dominant, and their main strategy was trying to play with a back 3 and 3 midfielders with their deeper pivot, and looking to have one winger stay wide and having one attacking midfielder pushing forward. Their main aim was to try and overload Chelsea and whip in crosses. Lucky enough for Chelsea, Sanchez was claiming these crosses, and the defense were doing quite well in stopping LAFC. But once Chelsea gained control of the game, Chelsea dominated that possession. Chelsea had their winger starting wide, and because Lavia was starting, and Lavia is not a box-to-box midfielder, Cucurella was the one who was asked to move into in that left half space position, with Palma moving down the right. Now you see, this structure was creating problems for Chelsea. Now Chelsea were looking to dominate the ball here, with a base of Lavia and Caicedo looking to sit behind the ball, win it back, defend, and look to progress the ball forward, which both of them did actually quite well. But the problem here is that when you're having Cucurella playing in these kinds of scenarios and these kinds of situations, is that now you lack that attacking 8, that system that gives you that attacking 8 similar to Enzo. Because of this strategy, LAFC were looking to try and narrow their defensive approach, while Chelsea were looking to go to the wide areas, in particular down the left and the right. But down the right, Neto was so effective. He was not afraid to take on his players, and sometimes his dribbling was so successful that he actually had to be doubled down. Madueke down the left was struggling because he's a left footer, and sometimes he will try to dribble past his opponent, but again lose the ball because that's not Madueke's correct position, and Chelsea actually need a right-footed winger in that area so that that player can actually thrive in those scenarios. Chelsea also decided to spread their back 3 in such a way where they would stretch LAFC and try to disorient LAFC's play when they are looking to press, with Tosin stepping in field with the ball, looking to play the ball on to Caicedo, and Caicedo looking to try to play the ball to Jackson, who drew a centre back out of position to try and play the ball to Palmer. But immediately Palmer got the ball, he was immediately closed down, and this did not bring Chelsea the much needed fruition that they needed in attack. So in the second half, Delap comes in. Lavia also goes out for Fernandez, and now Fernandez takes up his attacking 8 position. And immediately Fernandez hits the ground, you already start to see changes. Chelsea are more dynamic in the way they attack. And now Cucurella, who was playing in that advanced position, drops deeper, being replaced by Fernandez. And now, since Fernandez is high up, Fernandez is now offering Chelsea something that Chelsea did not have. Chelsea even reverted to somewhat of a back four, since they realized that LAFC had only one forward. Now, with the Fernandez there, it was quite interesting the way Chelsea were looking to build up. And we started to see even changes when Gusto also came in, with now Palmer looking to drop deep into this position and trying to exploit that space between the fullback and the centre back, especially down the right. And Delap came in with a very interesting way of exploiting this system by looking to make that run in the half space to receive the ball. And once he made this run, he was dragging the centre back out of position and opening gaps in the centre where players like Fernandez could receive the ball and head the ball into the back of the net. Here, you can see Palmer stepping out, hugging close to the touchline, and you can see that Neto is pulling the fullback out, and there is automatically space in that half space region. Palmer spots it, Palmer plays the ball there, and now Delap is receiving that ball between the centre back and the fullback. Now, once Delap receives this ball in this situation, you notice one thing. The ball is played in that region, Delap is making that run, Palmer, who was going to be closed down now, is able to take out his player. And look at Fernandez. He can spot that the centre backs are going with Delap and is now making that late run into the box. Fernandez identifies space in front, ready to receive the cutback from Delap. And Delap plays a nice cutback to Fernandez. Lucky for LAFC is that a defender intercepted it. But if that defender is not there, Fernandez scores the second goal of the game. And this was another problem that Chelsea were creating. Here again, Delap receives the ball. Look at Fernandez making that run. And you can see the centre-back is the one who has been pulled out of position. And now, even Noni is pulling that wide fullback. The ball is played down the middle, and Fernandez, who had ghosted, is now looking to attack that position between the centre-back and the fullback. And just like that, Chelsea scored the second goal. And we have seen this pattern of play with Chelsea, even against Tottenham, even against Liverpool, with the centre forward dragging the centre backs out of position and Enzo Fernandez making that late run in the box. And this might be something that Chelsea might change too. Defensively, Chelsea were also quite interesting in the way they looked to try and dominate this game. And it was really, really impressive. So Chelsea were looking to press with their normal 4-4-2, and here you can see LAFC in that 3-3-3 structure with that midfield diamond during build-up. The main aim of LAFC was to try and get their wide players to receive the ball in these scenarios, while Chelsea were looking to try and press and deny the 3 centre-backs any time and space. Here again, LAFC are building, and you can see that structure. It's a 3-1-3. It's a diamond. It's like that kite system. And now you can see Chelsea are committing Palmer, Jackson, and Noni. And you started to see wingers dropping deep, pulling players like Neto, who are moving man-to-man oriented press and actually looking to try and deny their opposition players time and space on the ball. LAFC were also trying to play from the back, and Chelsea was super aggressive in actually going after the ball and denying them that space to actually dominate the ball from the back. Now, without the ball, Chelsea will sit in that rigid 4-4-2 with both Caicedo and Lavia, and later on Caicedo and Fernandez, and later on Esugo and Fernandez looking to narrow that space in midfield. Now, Chelsea have won 2-0. Which to me is a very good scoreline. You've scored 2 goals, you've kept a clean sheet, and you're top of the group stage. And this is something that Chelsea can build on. They can relax now. They can now look to try and come up with ways to beat Fluminense, which Flamengo, which will be a very tough game. If they manage to also win that, then Chelsea will be through to the round of 16. What do you think? Do you agree with my analysis? Leave your comments in the comment section area below as usual. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.